This is going to be love readings, all signs. Not gonna lie, you guys, right before I was about to jump on, my smoke alarm went off because I was apparently manifesting too hard. I had the incense going, and the incense is way too close to the smoke alarm. And I had the type of incense where they're homemade and they're rolled. So they be smoking pretty hard. I was literally just about to jump on, and I don't know. Apparently my guides think it's funny. They think it's funny. We're just gonna wait for people to enter the room. If you're in the room and you're one of my Instagram followers or on TikTok, let me know. Old subscriber that's been on the live stream chats for free questions. Hi, welcome in. I am well, thank you. We're going to be doing all signs love readings. Maybe if you stay at the end, we might have time for questions. Um, we might be doing donation questions. If you check out my links, I have Cash App and Venmo. So if you want to send a 333, $3.33, I might just have enough energy to do it. One of my income streams has slowed down actually, so I am shifting gears as we speak. You are so welcome. Thanks for being here. Have you been on any of the live streams? If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach for the last 6 years. If you're curious on how I became a reader, go ahead and check out my other videos. Double Angel 4515. Hi. Please double tap blah blah blah. Double tap to like the video and all that jazz. Because it helps boost things. It can be pretty random and inconsistent sometimes. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my creative flow with this. And I still feel like there's so much more changing. So much more changing. Welcome in. I think we have enough people in the room. We're still in Aries season, aren't we? Happy birthday, Aries. I attract a lot of fire signs, specifically Aries. Also Leos. Sagittarius, yes, especially as of recent. As of recent. All right. Let's see, where are we at? Aries. Let's say Aries at 333. Show me Aries love messages. What do they need to know? I'm going to say that these messages are timeless. So this could be this month. This could be a little bit later down the road. Show me Aries. Six of Swords. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Getting your priorities straight is what I heard, Aries. Knight of Wands. And maybe you've been a little resistant to this, and it could be due to like a physical move. Maybe you hate moving. I don't know. Maybe you're like attached to your hometown in some way. But this has a lot to do with being a family man, is what I'm hearing. Male role models, leadership, things like that. If it's not that, you could be influenced by male leadership at this time. I mean, who really isn't with the patriarchy, right? Not even joking. More messages for Aries. This could have something to do with a home business or wanting to work remotely or work from home. Um, this could also have something to do with like disability, SSI, your health. I know we're talking about like love readings, but this feels like, a practical approach to relationship because I don't know, for someone that's had a lot of long-term relationships and I don't know, looking at like the dating scene now, I guess that would make sense with everything that's changing. This could also have something to do with an inheritance of money or creating your own wealth outside of a family inheritance. Okay, okay. It wanted to come out. And then I heard mask off. But sometimes not all masks are bad, is what I'm hearing. A new beginning on the horizon. There could be someone or something that you're wanting to invest in. If this is not a mother, this could be a partner, or this could be honoring a mother, something like that. Very interesting. Show me more for Aries. Are there any fire signs in the chat? Woo! Hello, welcome in. You're an earth sign? Which one? I attract a lot of those too. I have an earth sign moon. So while, I think Aries, you're learning a new way to approach relationships. Romance isn't dead. However, um, I feel like you're leveling up in some way where you recognize where you could have been immature in relationships. And so that's developing. It's kind of like you're going through a threshold and like some kind of awakening or realization and like what it truly means to be like loyal and dedicated. And yeah, a lot of spiritual lessons here. Because you're a fire sign Aries, you might have a hard time communicating your emotions, and the way you approach relationships and feelings is more action oriented when sometimes you need to communicate things. Trying to say that as lightly as possible. Judgment. Yeah, this could either be a review of a past relationship, either someone that you dated or something that never got off the ground, or you could be revisiting a pattern or dynamic. Take what resonates. Ew. Return to sender energy. Ew. We will pause while we remove. I always wonder how these people find me. And then like and then they turn into top 3 fan, which is kind of hilarious. Put user in timeout. And then we're gonna hide user from channel because you don't belong here. Yeah, I do have a couple moderators, but they might not be available yet. We have Brandon, who is from Miriam's network. I talk about Miriam a lot, and also Polly. Polly found me through uh, one of my Washingtonian networks. That's also a reader in Olympia. And we did a live together, and then he started getting readings from me, but he actually um, lives somewhere else. It's interesting how our lives have collided over the years as readers. I will handle my channel the way I want to handle my channel, but I thank you for the support. Yeah, I mean, that person obviously doesn't have a life, but they're helping me in some kind of way because they were top 3 fan apparently. DMR4531. Do you have anything better to do with your time? Hater of gifts, spiritual hater. Ooh, I don't know. I've never tried to use Pokemon. I feel like that could be fun. Numerology does come into play with tarot cards. I am very much a believer in God. You should really try to get to know me before doing all that. We will also. And you know what's weird is I feel like they've been here before. I decided that, I don't know, there's some days where I want to address it and some days I don't. And today I feel like addressing it. 1330 Leo. Sorry, Aries. It was Aries' birthday and it got interrupted. That's totally an Aries thing, isn't it? I hope you did something nice for yourself, Aries. I feel like these days people need a birthday month instead of a birthday day. And yes, I celebrate my birthday by myself regardless. Treat yourself, right? Yeah, I get that. I want to talk about the Supreme Creator. I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds interesting though. Show me Leo. Love messages for Leo. Oh, welcome in, Leo. My sun is a Leo moon. I have Leo in the 4th house. I think it moves into the 5th house. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But it actually speaks a lot about what I do and um yeah. Can we do a Virgo, please? Oh well, we're doing all signs. Ah, it's beautiful. Leo, hilarious. Look at this. Cannot make this up. Unemployment cards, truth teller cards. Energy doesn't lie. So, like, when I think of people that hate on what I do, I honestly think that you're a hater of truth. You're probably delusional in some way or not living in an alignment. And just because, I don't know, you have some weird thing against tarot, What does that have to do with you? You don't have to do it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to use it. But for other people that know how, back off. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying like you hate plumbers because you don't know how to be a plumber. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's a skill and a gift. I didn't even ask for it. I didn't even ask for this. I'm just here doing my job, being a messenger. Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Seven of Cups. You don't seem to really like your options, Leo. If you're in a relationship, you have considered even leaving, I'm hearing. Dissatisfied, just, I don't know. Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups. Yeah, just no one's like tickling your fancy, is what I'm hearing. And that's not like a term I really use personally, so I must be channeling. I think I'm starting to notice when I channel, I kind of feel like my body is buzzing. It's so weird, you guys. Eight of Swords, the Hermit. So, Leo, I kind of feel like you're thinking these days that you don't want to feel tied down in a relationship. And if a relationship is feeling constricting, you don't really want it, which I totally get. You're looking for a sense of independence and freedom. So, whether you're in a relationship or not, that's kind of what you're manifesting at this time. So, be careful what you're asking for because it might require you to change or leave a situation or a relationship. I'm hearing environment or community. So, you might even like think about making a big move, different country, different state, different city, different environment, different lifestyle. Oh, you're right on the money with that. Well, thank you. 7867. And you know what's crazy? This like whole love thing that you're going through, it is meant to move you. It is meant to physically move you. This like need that you have is totally an awakening. It's crazy, you guys. Like my mentor has been like telling me for a few years now, like watch people migrate because of weather situations, because of economy shift situations, like our finances and stuff. People are reconsidering a lot right now. A lot. They are beautiful, aren't they? This is the Light Seers deck. Very common. I prefer to use this deck on YouTube just because YouTube is weird about the rider weight for whatever reason. I feel like YouTube really needs to get it together and change their rules about that. But I also just connect really easily to these ones. Any more messages for Leo? So, Leo, you could have been in situations where love has impacted your money. Joker card. And I heard that's a joke. Okay, well, maybe someone you dealt with was broke. I don't know. That's funny. Lightning denotes surprise, disagreeable in accordance to distance. A lot of sixes in your readings, which would talk about money and finances. Five, change. Three, co creation. Yeah, clouds with the dark side toward the person indicate divorce. The bright side toward the person ensures domestic happiness. Yeah, I feel like Leo, you might be a little bit in conflict with your personal happiness compared to, I don't know, a group or community that you're a part of, or even like the family that you created. You're having different ideas, let's just say that. Okay, Sag. Please double tap to like the video. Your family is religious? What kind of religious? 7867. Have you checked out your birth chart? Christian? Oh, I see. Fear based? Yeah. I attract a lot of those. I tend to attract the black sheep and the scapegoat that are like different from their other family members because same. Because same. Show me Sagittarius. Love messages for Sag. Also, a similar theme about growth and maturity in relationships. Sag. Like you tend to lean on the passionate side of things, and you might realize that sometimes that's toxic. Oh gosh, so much. You could have been dealing with a Virgo. This was to heal a few things. There could have been competition, jealousy, root chakra, and sacral chakra issues, is what I'm hearing. Definitely a lesson. Yeah, it was meant to reveal something to you and heal like a inner child wound thing. This person was a mirror to you. So if you were unbalanced at the time, then that's what was reflected. Yeah, there's some kind of blockages in love that still need to be healed. I don't see the cycle ending quite yet, but I think you will make a decision to change the situation. And I feel like that might vary depending which um, timeline you're in for the Sagittarius collective. You're welcome. Perfect timing is coming. Well, it's all about the things that you tell yourself. So you want to be careful the stories and the narratives that you tell yourself is what I would say. So I wouldn't say toxic positivity. You want to make small action steps towards what you're heading towards, right? Show me more messages for Sagittarius. Yeah. Well, roses have thorns, right? 999 and 888 might be significant. 222 as well. First time seeing this card, actually. So, Sagittarius, something you might want to consider is the people that you surround yourself with and how they might impact your connections, the way that you look at yourself, your self worth, because it definitely is impacting your success more than you might realize, also in love and relationships. So, whether this you, the other person, let's go to Aquarius. Do we have any Aquarius sign placements? If you're an Aquarius or Aquarius dominant, double tap to like the video. I am trying to attract Aquarius collective. I believe what I said earlier was the guidance. Aquarius love messages. Queen of Wands, the Emperor, might be dealing with an Aries fire sign. I'm hearing a song. It's by a local artist that I listen to. It's called Decisions. You've got some decisions to make. This could involve friend groups and multiple people. You could be considering moving or expanding your network, is what I'm hearing. Expanding your career, your money. And this could be a relationship or a connection that you've dealt with before that's coming back around. Or it could be a relationship that's never really got off the ground and it's transitioning into a more serious relationship or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of love here. And like different ways of love. Like I see children here, I see family, I see friends, I see networks, I see partnership, all a lot at once. Like you might even like be getting stalked by admirers that you're not even aware of, Aquarius, and that you're not even interested in. We are in a Pluto and Aquarius time, so it is kind of our new chapter, you know. I've been waiting for this to hit. If you've been struggling with resources or financially, I see that getting fixed. And it will help grow the love relationship that you're in. You could be creating a home business or utilizing a skill to make money. And you could be creating with a partner. So this partner might be having a similar interest as you. I also heard podcast. Show me more for Aquarius. And then I heard queen bee. 777 is significant. Yeah, this definitely feels like a development of a relationship. 444. And like changes in investments. Heart health feels significant. So you could be healing your heart or grief or something like that. And I also like get a lot of like holistic wellness type of messages. So I know we're talking about like a love reading, but again, very similar to another zodiac sign that we are on, where there's like a practical approach to your love relationships. Whereas that might have been the downfall before. Show me more for Aquarius. You might be traveling more, Aquarius. This has a lot to do with like your soul fam, so people that are an astrological match to you is what I'm hearing. Yeah, definitely a lot of new beginnings and balance in relationships. I heard also karmic rewards. So you might want to check out your birth chart to see where your karmic debt is. Check out your Libra. Moving on to Gemini. Hi, welcome in. Melina, please double tap to like the video, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach for the last 6 years. We do free questions every now and then. We jump on a live stream. They're usually not planned as of now. Show me Gemini and love. Three swords. Overthinking in love. A spirit guide could be trying to get your attention in love, is what I'm hearing, Gemini. What's that about? Goodness, they're really trying to get your attention. 1 second. See? So, specific message, Gemini. Um, as an air sign, you could be getting like air sign type of nature signs. So, for example, anything that flies, like an insect or a bird or something. So, if you feel like you're getting messages, absolutely. And it could be in regards to a love relationship. You could have like a spiritual bond with this person. You might be at a distance from this person. Hi, welcome in. Show me more. There's something about forgiveness. And your communication style and relationships changing. Yeah, this is a spiritual upgrade for you. You might be considering a commitment to someone, maybe even marriage, possibly moving in. I also heard moving away. And then I heard Mulan, let's get down to business. Does anyone know that song? Is that what the title is called? It might be I'll Make a Man Out of You. Is that the same one? I don't know. I always have like floating Disney songs in my head as channeling at all times. Children could also be significant in the relationship or considering. If not that, a pet. There's something about be careful of, I want to say selfishness, but yeah, maybe. patterns that are overprotective is what I would say. Like putting up walls and calling it boundaries kind of thing. That's pretty common in millennials, isn't it? Our generation. Boundaries. I don't know why, but I felt like someone was laughing in the room. If that was you, tell me. Drop it in the comments. Show me more for Gemini and love. Gemini and love. And then I heard when love comes knocking. So I don't know what that is. Is that a song? I'm not sure. Yeah, you could be considering some kind of stability or financial money thing with your partnership. Feels like an investment. The person you're dealing with could be in the public eye, or you could also be very popular, maybe even famous, depending who's watching this. An influencer, social media type of person. Yeah, there's a lot of messages about protection, protecting your assets, protecting your energy from people that are not aligned with your highest good. Show me more. Love messages for Gemini. There's something about karmic ties with where you live, maybe. I would check out your astrocartography. I was just talking on Instagram the other day about Neptune dissolving things. And so you could be having some kind of dream that you had or a goal that you had in mind no longer fitting into where you're going next. And I feel like that's a spiritual lesson for you. It's totally okay to switch up your plans, Gemini. I don't know why you're grieving this thing, but it could have something to do with the past life. Has anyone done past life regression? Anyone in the chat? No, just me. If you're curious about that stuff, go ahead and check out my Patreon. It's funny, I hit that glass and then I think they wanted to emphasize the bell ringing and then I heard wedding bells. Okay, Gemini. They're sending so many messages for you. Make sure you ground yourself at this time. You've wanted to, honestly. Yeah, I highly recommend if you feel curious and called to that direction, I would say usually that's spirit leading you to the answers that you need. It wasn't until I did past life regression did I feel like I could really make significant change instead of like going at it from a logical aspect. Like a therapist would have never been able to discover some of the things that I found in past life regression. And I'm not saying that to dismiss the importance, but I am saying there's a whole other world out there where there's different modalities that might be able to answer some people's questions and heal in a different way is all I'm saying. Mind you, I do know people that are counselors and therapists, and I totally believe in like art therapy and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just a tarot reader. I'd much rather be a tarot reader. Did you guys know that at one point in my life when I was younger, I wanted to be a childhood therapist, psychiatrist actually, for sexually abused kids. But I feel like that work is too heavy specifically for me. I might be better at doing a lot other things for the collective. But anyway, show me Libra. Libra, I don't know why what I just was talking about seems to be significant for you. I feel like I'm channeling. Show me Libra in love, the High Priestess. And sometimes the things that we go through or the things that interest us have a lot to do with our love relationships because there's some kind of spiritual reflection. Kind of a sad message, Libra. Like you could have dealt with like violent situations in your childhood and your love life, and you're in the process of healing that. However, I feel like you have love for someone and someone via you. This person might actually understand you better than you might realize because they've been through similar things. However, you guys don't talk about that, but intuitively and psychically, maybe even you might be aware of this. See, Emperor and Empress, can't make this up. Pregnancy and children might be significant, or if you're not planning that, just be careful. I also heard bells. Maybe dealing with an air sign like yourself or an air sign significant dominant placement. There is a lot of competition in your energy or their energy or both. And I would highly recommend trying to sort that out because I feel like there's a lot going on here. I feel like I don't know why I'm like sensing heaviness in the heart, but it could be due to not communicating something and holding something in. You know how they say emotions and trauma are stored in the body. You have not missed Virgo. I'm a Virgo moon, so I attract a lot of you. We would never miss Virgo. Hello, hello, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Please double tap to like the video, share and subscribe. Show me more love messages for Libra. Love messages for Libra. Votes could be significant. Why did I hear when the kings fall? I don't know what that means. Yeah, also the same message about like moving, migrating, and looking into your astrocartography chart. It could actually impact your abundance and your peace. I'm also hearing that abundance is not always money, so maybe that's being rewritten for you at this time and is impacting your love connections. Hmm, interesting. Virgo. If you're a Virgo, double tap to like the video. I want all the Virgos here. Love me a Virgo. Show me love messages for Virgo. Hi, Christy. You're so welcome. Thank you for your vibes. Show me Virgo. Page of Pentacles. A conversation coming up, if not already. Could be with a past person, but soulmate definitely. Possibly a Capricorn, Sagittarius energy. You could have met this person online, or they could have been just like around for a bit. Or this person could live at a distance from you. You could be going on a trip with this person or have traveled with this person before. I'm actually seeing different types of love going on, not just like romantic love. This looks like family love, soul family, taking care of each other. I'm even seeing business things. This could be in regards to your health, Virgo. I'm hearing community. The way you take care of yourself. You're wanting a relationship or a love relationship where you can grow old with them and they can actually take care of you and they care about your health in sickness and in health. You know, people glamorize marriage, I think, quite a bit, especially in America, you guys. Especially in America. I feel like it's kind of a scam and a setup if you really think about it. If you've been through what I've been through, you would be highly suspicious. But I would say, it takes a very special kind of person to be open and vulnerable enough to share your money, your resources, your documents when you've been through an experience where you've been exploited. Um, but you also know that you can't have connection and the things that you need if you're not open and vulnerable enough. And so you've been kind of like on these lessons of learning that. There's a lot of heaviness here in your reading, Virgo. Like you could have been isolated for a bit or isolated yourself even to get your health right. And now you're kind of at the point where your health needs connection is what I'm hearing. And you need other people to take care of you. I mean, as humans, we're meant to be in groups and tribes, right? In the US, I feel like the pandemic really messed everybody up. I don't know if it's the same in other countries, but I hear from friends that are in different countries that that's not necessarily the case. Show me Virgo. I am curious, like where my lives, like the algorithm, where it's going, because I've been trying to get people from different parts of the world and not just the US. Show me love messages for Virgo. There's something about that, Virgo, where say you're building a business or something, or even like just work, if you're looking for a job, like you might be considering international things or traveling and distance kind of things. Be careful of the company you keep and friends when it comes to your love connections and relationships. Yeah, there's a lot about like commitment and marriage and investments, family, but also protecting family. I don't know. I kind of feel like you have a rat, Virgo. My eye twitched too. I like was not letting me not leave that message. I still think you need some filtering out of your space and your friends, apparently. Okay, Taurus. Show me Taurus. Love messages. Love messages for Taurus. I'm hearing look to the Aquarius in your chart, Taurus. I also heard integration. You could be a little too detached when it comes to your love relationships, Taurus. Like you might have too much of a logical way of approaching your communication, and it creates conflict. So if you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, go ahead and check that out. There are free birth chart generators anywhere, everywhere. And that can kind of tell you the way you might be perceived to people is way different than what you think of yourself. And I think it's really useful to learn that. That's why we have astrology, right? Well, there's so many reasons actually. But I find that very useful in trying to understand the different aspects of yourself because honestly, this whole spiritual journey of life and our human existence is about our self awareness, growth, consciousness, and learning more about ourselves. And maybe you're kind of new to this, where you're more of a person that studies other people. I'm also hearing people watching. Um, Taurus, you also might be realizing how much you're impacted. Maybe you're an empath, and the energies around you kind of put you at conflict with yourself. So you might actually need more alone time than you're actually not ready to admit. Apparently, apparently you don't see yourself this way. But there might be a conversation coming up where someone says that and talks about that. And I think this is the truth. I think this is something worth listening to. This is some kind of spiritual lesson. And I've definitely been through this, so no shame, no shame. It's just I think that's why they said it intergation. That's not what they said. Integration. What else were they saying? I also heard interrogation and integration. That's not a word, is it? Gosh, you guys, the channeling. Okay, I'm moving on to the other deck. Show me more messages for Taurus. 111 A. Show me messages for Taurus. So there's something about children and your love relationships, Taurus. Either you don't want children or you're considering children, something like that. So take what resonates. Or children could be a topic in your relationship. Um, okay, so they're bringing up the Epstein files. I don't know what that has to do with it. This might be something that comes up in the conversation, maybe protecting children. I don't know. I don't know. Anybody been on top of that? 1819 is significant. Odd numbers are significant. 333, 555. I don't know. I'm picking up some kind of like weird family secret thing. That could be something that's coming up about your love relationships. Maybe you're telling like a past trauma to someone that you love and care about, something like that. Four-leaf clovers could be significant. Capricorn. Show me love messages for Capricorn. Do we have any earth signs in the chat? Please double tap to like the video. Much appreciated. Capricorn. Love messages for Capricorn. 555 might be significant. There you are, Cap. Been on a self-love journey for a very long time, but I think you're ready to level up. It's already in the energy. There's a conversation coming up. This could be in regards to a move or expanding a family or a business. This could be a restart or a transformation of a relationship. This could be, you guys could have mutual friends, or you could have been friends first or something like that. But I feel like you've known this person for a long time. Something wanted to jump out. 10 of Cups. Oh, this person is your 10 of Cups. Finding friends that support you seems to be the theme here, Cap. So you could have gone through some betrayals and you're moving away from that for sure, for sure. And again, this could have something to do with like physically moving. Could have been dealing with a Scorpio in the past, and this was a spiritual lesson to show you a perspective on healing something that you kind of put off for a bit. This could have contributed to your depression, maybe even health. I also heard seduced, so I don't know what that means. Well, I know what that means, but I didn't get much messages outside of that. Yeah, I see a conversation about a commitment coming. I also see you getting deeper into your spiritual practices. I'm also hearing philosophy. Show me Capricorn. Love messages for Cap. Yeah, your business could have a lot to do with family, or it could be a family business. That could be impacting your love relationship or something that you're considering. Loosen up a little bit, Capricorn. I feel like you're buttoned up a little bit too much or you're nervous about something. So if you're like proposing something or trying to have a hard conversation, I just think you need to relax a bit. There's kind of some kind of a secret that's going to be exposed. I don't know if it's good or bad. And maybe that's why you're nervous. I don't know. You might even be considering like eloping or something. Also, the same message about protecting yourself against friends that are actually foes. I was talking about this on my Instagram the other day about when you level up, and sometimes that level up includes a partnership, that your environment and your friends are just going to change ultimately. Anytime you level up anywhere. And that's totally okay. I think people just have like a very difficult time letting go. But I think it's totally okay to let those people move on and fill that space with people that are more aligned for them and their spiritual lessons, also, right? So there's something about that there. Pisces. Show me Pisces. I got uncross your legs. So I don't know. You might hear that from someone or be watching a movie and hear that. I don't know. I also got the image of the Princess Diaries. There you are, Pisces. And then I heard recrowning. Okay. I think you're taking a new position and approach to love and relationships. Also, there could have been a lot of power dynamics or power plays or a threat to your independence specifically. There's also a message about leaning on Virgo things when it comes to your relationships. So, your love relationship could be impacted. I mean, they're always impacted by your health, but your partner or the partner that you would want would be someone that takes care of your health or is interested in your hobbies and health or something like that. And if it's not that, it could also be a creative hobby, like drawing, painting. I'm getting kind of crampy, Pisces. So, if you're a woman, women's health is significant. If you're not, then I don't know, maybe the woman that you're with is their their ovaries are significant. What is that about? I always get like the weirdest channeled messages, you guys. You could be reuniting with someone at this time, and it could be a past relationship that you're still friends with. There could be a scenario where I don't know if your partner likes that. Take what resonates. You can switch the roles if you need to. However, it feels like this thing is supposed to happen. Looks like some kind of lesson and a manifestation. Show me Pisces. Pisces in love. So I'm kind of getting like a scenario where you know those people that tag each other on social media as like their partner, like I'm married and this is my husband and they tag them or whatever. I feel like there's some kind of situation like that. And like a woman goes through the male's following and finds the woman that she's suspicious of that is either sending an evil eye to the relationship or getting in the way of the relationship or something like that. So take what resonates, but that might be significant. There could be a lot of people actually talking about your relationship at this time or a relationship that's significant around you. So I don't know if there's like drama in the family or something like that, and that could be impacting a connection. There could also be fights over a child or something like that. My nose is so itchy, you guys, and it feels like more of a spiritual thing and not an allergy thing. So I'm gonna move away from it because it's annoying me. Sorry. Scorpio. Please double tap to like the video. If any of this resonates for you and you're interested in booking a personal reading, I do have a 20% discount code going on. Go ahead, check out my videos and see how to get that code if you're interested. Show me Scorpio and love. Love messages for Scorpio. Could be dealing with a Libra or an earth sign significant. It looks like a review in a relationship, possibly a lesson on attachment styles, apparently. I do see children here, but if not, you know, put yourself where you need to. You could be dealing with like a dismissive avoidance, and you could be like more of an anxious avoidance attachment style. I feel like you'll find a way to balance out the connection if you're in one. And if you're looking for one, oh, I think they're coming. This person is definitely going to make you happy. Actually, tongue tied, maybe even. And if you're in a relationship, this person might show up in a different way than you're expecting, which might surprise you. You do have some decisions to make. Also feels like a lot of choices in the practical world in regards to relationship. And like, yeah, if you're in a connection, you could be leveling up the connection and like tying in resources and family, community being significant. You have some kind of dream for your family that's coming into fruition, honestly. You might have had a dream about it, but maybe slightly in denial. I don't know. Maybe. Is it going to be easy, Scorpio? No, but it will be very, very rewarding. Rewarding for sure. Tower. This kind of feels like a situation where the obstacle is the way. So if there is an obstacle in a relationship, I think it is meant to pivot you to find a creative solution. And it has to be based on emotion. And maybe you're dealing with someone that's been trying to sort out their emotions to make a choice. Any more messages for Scorpio? Love messages for Scorpio. I would look at the Cancer in your birth chart. You could be, unfortunately, Scorpio, maybe getting some bad news. Whatever that is, it could be impacting a love connection. But also at the same time, I think there's a spiritual lesson in how this person shows up for you when you get this news. I don't really like that message. So don't take it super serious. These are like very old school cards, by the way, you guys. They're not always literal. Yeah, definitely a lot of love here. A lot of Scorpio energy for sure. I would also look at your Pluto placement. Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. Breath work might be significant. Show me love messages for Cancer. Also, messages about your love connection impacting your health, and you're kind of like thinking about that and realizing that. Not wanting someone to get in the way of you taking care of yourself, but also wanting to take care of someone else. So you could be considering a higher level of commitment if you're not in one already, or someone wants one and someone's avoiding one. So it depends what kind of timeline you're in right now. Um, I think communicating your needs, Cancer, would definitely benefit your relationships. Like you could be learning about boundaries. And I think there is sometimes a way where you don't need to communicate it and you just need to show people how to treat you. And then there's other times where communicating that would actually be more helpful. And maybe it's you that needs to learn how to communicate that more effectively. Does that make sense? There's some kind of message about that here. Show me love messages for Cancer. Please double tap to like the video. Show me love messages for Cancer. Did y'all hear the crow? They're my friends. Welcome to the crow tribe. Lilies could be significant. That's sad. A parent death could be significant. Like, maybe the partner that you're with experiences a loss with a family member, or they are someone that watches you go through that, something like that. Sorry for your loss. If you guys didn't know, I do have mediumship gifts. I've been sharing a little bit about those stories slowly as I'm still kind of learning and experiencing them. So I do tend to pick up a lot of like ancestors and past people around you. So 38, 39, 42, and 47, and 24, 29 might be significant. Oh. Hmm. There's also a message about something with where you live also impacting your connection relationship. Maybe your partner wants to move, or maybe you're considering a different environment. And if it's not your house, it could be your work. And if this is stressing you out, I do think that it's a choice you are supposed to make. So if it's something that you've been resisting or putting off, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I guess the best advice I could give you without interfering in your spiritual lesson and free will is to choose out of love in whatever way that means to you, because there are different ways to love. And then you might be surprised how well things go if you take that approach, right? Everything is energy. And besides love, the highest energy frequency you can be in is authenticity, right? Beautiful message, actually. I love that for you, Cancer. I think that's all the energy I have for the messages today, but thank you everyone for joining. If you're interested in getting a personal reading, go ahead and check out my links. But until next time, thank you.